And welcome back. It's time for the second quarter-final and the final game of the night. We have one more opportunity today to send another team to the World Championship, and we're going to break that game down for you now. It is, of course, going to be FABe versus Pulse, and joining me to bring you the info on these teams is Ghost the Army and Strongside. Guys, crazy day, one more game to go.
Yeah, it's a pretty exciting last match at that, right? I mean, we saw how these brackets really unfolded. We saw the group stages and everything that came to be, but now we have this upper half of the bracket, and there's no Epsilon, right? There's no Infused. So here we have FABe versus Pulse, two, you know, almost evenly matched teams, but the way FABe has been playing today, everyone knows that they're the sure favorite right now.
They haven't lost a game yet this tournament. So they are feeling very confident going up against Pulse. I think they're going to have the advantage going up against them, especially knocking out Dignitas.
So yeah, which one of these teams is really going to join XL? As we can kind of see the highlights going on stream there. We've already sent one team to the World Championship. We're about to send a second. And not only that, but the winner of obviously this will face XL, who just qualified, to get more and more prize money and more prestige.
I mean, it's absolutely amazing. These guys are literally sitting in their seats right now waiting to play for a chance to fly to America for the finals and like millions of dollars. When you think about it like that, it's very different than just a normal series.
It's so much pressure. All right, before we kind of go into this team by team and map by map, we are going to go down to the floor with Mitch. Mitch, please take it away.
Thank you very much, guys. The atmosphere is starting to get just a little bit more hyped as we are heading into our second quarter-final. I'm here with Kimbo from FABe. I'm also here with SLG from Pulse. I'll start with you, Kimbo, man. Thanks for joining us on the desk.
Yeah.
You guys have been the orchestrators of one of the biggest upsets we've seen today and probably all weekend. I mean, how's it feeling coming off that game against Dignitas and actually getting the 2-0?
Man, I still can't believe it, but it happened, and yeah, we're pretty proud of it.
Yeah, and so,
happy.
So you should be.
Yeah.
And of course, SLG, you guys come out of your group, 1 win, 1 loss, obviously moving now towards the quarterfinals. You've seen what some of the other teams were able to do, and they've seen you. How are you guys feeling at this point, going into the quarterfinals? Is there still confidence there for you? Obviously, Epsilon is hard to go up against in your group, but you still got through.
Well, I think confidence is the key. You know, when you're playing, you gotta be confident for your game. Like, you're gonna be sure you're gonna win, even if the other team may be better than you, like when we're playing against Epsilon.
So there's no nerves at all for you guys, even at this point? You guys are still feeling all right?
Yeah, actually, yeah, because first of all, like, we're here for fun, because it's such a great event, and it's just amazing, you know? So yeah, we're here to play, we're here to do our best, and it's not even about the victory, just the game itself.
Well, we love having you guys here as well, but of course, Kimbo, important game coming up here as well. It's going to decide whether you go to the World Championships or not. Have you looked through the possible matchups? Are you happy with this matchup against Pulse? Are you feeling confident going into the game?
Of course, Pulse is a very strong team, and we want to see how we are playing against them, how the series goes, and yeah, they are like strong enemies, and yeah, we're looking forward.
Great. And what about you guys? I mean, what quality that Pulse has that you guys do you think you'll need for this game? What do you think is going to give you the edge?
Well, I'm actually not sure about anything, because, you know, as you said, like, FABe is such a great team. We love playing against them. They're such cool guys as well. And, well, we're going to do our best. I think maybe we're going to try to stay focused. I think it should be all right.
Yep. Well, no shortage of respect between these two guys. That's fantastic. Guys, shake hands. It's going to be fantastic to see you on the stage in just a moment. Oh, you can shake my hand too, bro.
Yeah.
I want to get around this one as well. Don't leave me out. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. And ladies and gentlemen, I think the stage is now set for this last quarterfinal match. So, of course, as per usual, we're going to pass over back to the experts, and they will start to work our way through the intro to the match.
Thank you for that. Great way to get involved with the handshakes there, Mitch. All right, guys, let's jump into this one. It does seem to me that they're both a little bit wary of each other. Obviously, FABe have had a great tournament so far, but Pulse are pretty much the #1 ranked team for France.
Yeah.
How do we think this is going to go down? Let's actually start off by breaking down the Pulse squad.
All right, yeah, the Pulse squad, by the way. So, SLG, after that interview, I love this guy. I mean, I want to see this guy do good. Such a good guy. Just, he's like, you know what? We're here for fun. We just want to play Halo for fun. And you know what? That's how it starts out. You play Halo for fun.
He thinks he just wants to play for fun.
But obviously,
Till
this
he
team
makes
is
it to the
definitely
US.
the underrated players here. So these guys claim victory in the French Xbox Elite Series. So giving them the best French team kind of
That's
trophy,
that's
I
kind of where
guess
they
you
got their
could say.
title from. It's like where people going, you know, they made a bit of a splash there, and it's now one of the teams that they have been underrated in the past, now kind of come forward, and it was like, you know what, that's a very strong squad.
Yeah, and I think it's a pretty big deal here to point out is just that FABe lost to Supremacy in a sweeping fashion at one of the qualifiers. Now, Pulse Gaming, however, beat Supremacy to actually take the crown as the best French team. So there is a little bit of history there where, you know, we're going to see how it kind of works itself in there. But yes, SLG is definitely the one to watch. RS8 and Crystal X and Cali, they're all good players. But SLG is literally a Spartan ability master, so we got to keep our eyes on him.
All right, fantastic. Well, let's switch over sides then. Let's talk about FABe. I mean, these guys have already kind of put the wolves among the chickens. I mean, they look so good this tournament. Kind of break it down for me.
Well, we're first going to bring up that mustache once again. I mean, I freaking love that thing. It's just absolutely phenomenal. It really sets the tone for the attitude on the team, and I think from there on out, you know what they're bringing to the table.
Is that the
right?
factor? Is that the factor for them?
The mustache sets the tone.
It's the X factor.
That's the F. So I can see it.
Yeah, so
I can definitely
that
see
being
it.
said, you know, we all know that Speed over there on the left of your screen there, he is the guy to watch out for on that team. He's going absolutely off with the sniper, not just in the past, but today. The guy's been dropping bombs, picking off headshots, you know, stabilizing in the air and getting more headshots. I mean, the guy is really good. Now, Kimbo, the guy we saw getting interviewed, he's a young talent, but he is super aggressive, and he's been given a little bit more freedom now, as Doodle is even more aggressive. They picked him up a little bit later, and so he's been taking a little backseat to Doodle, and this is his first big team. This is his first chance. So these guys, yes, they did prove themselves today in the group stages, right, and they made it here, but this is where it all comes down, right? We're going to see how it goes down.
So do you think FABe have just had a really good run so far, but now, I mean, this is even more important. This is the game.
Yep.
Do you think they can carry that on here? Do you think maybe they're riding high still from kind of surprising a lot of people?
Without a doubt. I think that if between these two teams, I would without a doubt say that FABe is the team that is riding high. They do have that momentum. You know, they haven't dropped a game, like Mike said earlier. And Pulse Gaming, you heard them. They are here for fun. And FABe sounds a little bit more determined, right? We saw Speed stand up and get in the face of Dignitas earlier. So it seems like they are hardcore. And then you have the nice guys over at Pulse Gaming. So I guess we'll see who finishes last.
All right, well, let's kind of start wrapping this up then. Strong side, I'm going to ask you for a prediction. Please give me a scoreline.
I'm going to have to say FABe 3-1.
FABe 3-1, okay. What about you, Ghosty? I mean, are you gonna just, you know, go either way?
I mean, that actually was going to be my call, was the 3-1 as well.
Sure it was.
However, with that being said, I guess I'll go with seeing FABe kind of just remain undefeated today. I'd love to see them carry that momentum.
Okay.
So I'm going to go for the 3-0 with FABe.
So that's both squads kind of going for the FABe to be the favourites here.
They've been very
I mean,
impressive.
this could be your first right one of the day. We're going to find out.
I have a chance.
All right, remember, hashtag HaloWC. Please let us know what you think. Who are you rooting for? Get behind your team on Twitter and social media and let us know. But now it's time for the last game of the day. Let's hand it over to our casters. Guys, please take it away.
Thank you very much, Brycey. Welcome back to the commentary booth. My name is Sims. This, of course, this wonderful little man is Dan Gaskin. Dan, how the hell are you feeling, dude?
I mean, I'm just blown away by the Halo today.
Yeah.
There's been upsets, there's been good games, there's been individual performances that we didn't really expect, and there's so much Halo going into my brain right now that I can't quite take it.
Did you ever think in a million years we'd be casting, not necessarily just casting, but we'd be even just experiencing as the whole World Championship European Finals, we'd be seeing this matchup right now for a chance to go to Worlds?
What, Pulse versus FABe?
Yeah.
Definitely not. I mean, I saw FABe as maybe a fourth spot team, but I definitely didn't see Pulse and FABe playing each other.
Yeah.
I was expecting to see these UK teams. I mean, obviously Dignitas being eliminated, that was the big moment. But, you know, these things happen and these guys have just got to take advantage of the situation that they're in.
Well, let's have a look at the situation they are in exactly as we break down the 5. Thumbs up there, they're all quite happy. Let's have a look at the 5 game types we're going to be playing moving forward. Game number 1. As previous, going to be FATHOM CTF, Coliseum Team Slayer for Game 2, Edom for Game 3, it's going to be Strongholds. If Game 4 and 5 is needed, it's going to be Truth and Regret, Slayer, Truth, CTF. Again, this is your quarterfinal number 2, Pulse Gaming versus Fab Esports, the last and final game of the day, one which we send one team to Worlds. Now, really quickly on FABe, so let's talk about them then, Dan. We've obviously, they took 3 attempts to qualify. Speed got denied going to Battle of Europe before because of his passport issues. Didn't go to that. Kimbo then got knocked out of Battle of Europe before moving forward, didn't go to the States. They've lost several team members. They've now brought in Doodle, and here they are. Kimbo, Speed, Doodle, Monkey, left to right, RSA, Crystalix, Cali, and SLG. How, as well, just to kind of quote back on Strongside's words, how can you not love that man? What a great guy.
Such a nice little guy, isn't he?
What a great guy. So game 1 then, Dan, any people you want to start off with? Let's get this way under. Everybody, welcome to the stream. All the people on Halo Waypoint, all the people at Reddit Halo, Team Beyond, the people in the Team Beyond chat as well. Shout out to you guys, HCS live tweets for all the back-to-back coverage, and of course, Halo Esportspedia 2. On board with Speed, Dan, give me the play.
Of course we're going to start with Speed. How could we not start with Speed? This guy pretty much single-handedly destroyed Dignitas with the sniper. No sniper on this map, but he's got a railgun instead. Just as good, Sims.
This man literally picks up every single weapon, and my word, we're less than 20 seconds into a game. We've already got a flag being pulled. I'm not entirely sure that is. We'll have a look across the board and see what's going to come in. That's going to get shut down as he goes to top mid. We got Dan below him. He's going down as we move up there. Unfortunately, misses the jump, does get the thrust away. Can he land this? Will be huge if he does. Cali, do not challenge me with a railgun, my son.
Yeah, just a great play. He was just very patient with that railgun. They kept charging, and then he picked his moment and fired that railgun. Speed is on absolute form at the moment. This guy is really showing up for Germany.
That was a little bit unlucky. Crystalix picked up the perfect medal, but unfortunately the flag's going to be running. There we go. We're less than a minute, and we've already got 1 cap on the board for FABe moving forward. 2 people. He's got Kimbo in front of him as he move up into the treehouse. They're going to push down into below the garage. Crystalix will challenge that kill. He's going to sit back his Speed, throwing a grenade. No hit markers now. In fact, he does get a hit marker. One other person comes in, but you know what? They know exactly which kind of weapon he has in his hand. There's only 1 weapon. He does jump across, gets the kill. Again, you know what he's going to have in the back pocket, so you don't want to be challenging him. Lovely play there from RSA. Jumps, doesn't get taken down by the Storm Rifle. Now we're back on board with Monkey going one-on-one. Does get a huge kill. 2 people down bottom mid. Needs to be extremely careful. Light Rifle's going to come out. He's going to get a touch on the flag. He's then going to challenge it. 2 players. How he's alive, I will never know.
I mean, this is fantastic from FABe. What I loved was their starting strat. They said, okay, let's get a flag early. Let's really get in their face. 2 of the guys pushed round. 1 pulled the flag, and 1 literally just shadowed him the whole way. They went top mid, threw it down. Fantastic display of teamwork. Early lead for them now. They really need to start picking up these camos. And I think if they can get this game done and dusted nice and quickly, it'll be really good going into the series.
SLG comes sliding in and put Monkey back down. We're still looking at Monkey's POV off of the spawn. He's going to find RSA out in the open. Down he goes. Speed now top mid. Railgun is there. Grabs it straight. Not necessarily off the spawn, but he gets it off the spawn point. You can see the camo guy. We can see it. The Predator comes out of nowhere, and he gets a big beat down to the face. 2 of them to take him down. RSA with the camo also backs himself the railgun for good fun. Still only 1 cap game so far. A little bit of aggression. All these French players, I've got to say, they love a good old slide, don't they?
They do love a good slide, and I mean, Speed can even see invisible players. That's how good this guy is. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to take him down. RS8 needs to make a big play with this now. If he gets taken down, that would be huge for FABe. He needs to kind of just back off a little bit, get the invisibility, and then start pushing for that flag. He's using the railgun to full effect here, though. This is fantastic.
Speed had no idea where he was. Comes in, lightsaber out, bang, takes him down. There's a second one. Railgun being used by both sides of the teams for good use. Now, he knows exactly where this player is round in the garage. Down that one goes as well. They're bringing the flag in. It's up in the window. RSA gets, in fact, turns around, takes down Kimbo. They need to grab that flag. They'll get a touch on it. In the window it goes. 1 player, and now we're all tied up 1-1 down.
Great response from Pulse, and RSA, he was the man that kind of hyped that up. He said, right, give me camo, give me the railgun, I'll make things work. He just killed everything that kind of went into his path there. He pushed both sides really, really aggressively. That's what I like to see. I like to see aggression with camo, and he just made the plays. Fantastic.
Then he had no idea where he was as he moved in. Finally takes taken out. That's going to be Kimbo, who will put him back down. Crystalix now looking. He's going to find Speed over in the garage. In goes the grenade. See if he gets some hit markers off of that one. Speed's probably pulled forward to the BR section. Don't know if we can have that's going to be a really bad grenade as he hits his teammates. Teammate's going to be 1 shot, and down he goes as well. What an awful, unfortunate grenade there. He went down, took out his teammate. 2 flags, and now back on the move. It's going to be Cali, 1 shot, 2 people spawning behind him. Down he goes, jumps. I love the little ledge that he jumps on there, just to almost avoid the bullet. However, we do have this 3rd flag of the game on the move. Dan Doodle now taking top mid control with the railgun. He's in a brilliant position. position, jumps out, doesn't quite land himself back on the top. Will turn around, turns 2 now. Can he turn 3? Get the charge, jumps up, puts it in his face. Triple kill for Doodle Railgun. And we've also got a flag cap down.
I mean, the railgun has played a part in every single flag cap. That really shows how much of a power weapon it is. You see some teams kind of ignoring it. But if you've got someone like Doodle who can pull out triple kills like that, it's huge. And FABe should now push forward for this flag, get out of the base again whilst Doodle's got that railgun in hand.
Everything's gone a little bit quiet, but as we look down in the corner on the kill feeds, I'm seeing Kimbo picking up a double. And you saw what Doodle did. He just charged it up, pre-charged it, and that's the key to success with that gun, just knowing where they're going to go, which is what he's doing. Puts it away so he doesn't waste the bullets. I think he's got 3 bullets left. 1 grenade, 2 grenade. Can he get the second kill? There's the killing spree and the double from him, looking for another triple kill. Doodle right now, man of the match so far. He's an absolute slaying monster.
He's finishing everything that kind of walks in front of him, and he said, right, okay, I've got the railgun. You guys aren't going for the flag. I'll go for the flag. He is unfortunately finally taken down, and we'll see the railgun go into the hands of Pulse Gaming now, see if they can do anything with it.
Pressure really on Pulse Gaming. I've got to say, Dan, it's definitely in the hands of FABe at this moment in time, but you know what? They're still not giving up, and they've still got a flag cap. There's only 1 cap in it, so things can still happen. I think a couple more coordinated pushes from Pulse Gaming, and they can bag themselves another one. For you at this moment in time, looking at this, what do you see the problem is? Is it just pure raw slaying from FABe?
I think, yeah, FABe, like, they're both really strong teams in terms of teamwork and setting up. And I mean, if you've got someone on your team that can just perfect like that, you're always going to be in for a hard situation. But the thing is, with FABe, they've got a lot more slaying power, like you said. Pulse, though, they're really good at running that flag. They know how to run a flag. They know how to set up. So they're never out of it. If there's only a 1 difference in the scoreline, there's always a chance for these guys.
I'm still taken back by that kill from Kimbo. Flying judo, perfect kill through the air. Crystallic's now camping down in the... Just looking at the storm rifle side, he's going to push down into garage, probably go for the BR. Does he go for get it? Yes, he does indeed. Opts out to drop it. Down goes Monkey, takes 1 to the back of the head, looking for any more players that want to do it. Just have a check across the board now. I like to see that, seeing how many people are dead. Can he get this pull? Will opt to leave that one. He knows he has... I had no idea Monkey were hiding that corner. He was a very sneaky beaver. That's going to be a big kill for Monkey. He may be able to stop a flag cap here as Doodle also comes in and gets put down.
And interestingly, with EU teams, they like to run this flag to pit. I was talking to Bravo about it earlier, and he said, why do EU teams run the flag pit so much? And I said, well, it's a different meta. In Europe, that's how it works. Against any teams, yeah, maybe it wouldn't work, but that's what happens here. It clearly worked for both of these teams because that's what they did on their flag runs. I mean, Monkey now, he's just... What I don't know about Monkey is he's always there. He's the kind of glue of the team, if you know what I mean. Yeah. He kind of helps every single kill. If you see a kill on the board, he's probably helped in some way from his positioning.
We've seen this time and time again. He's kind of the nitty and gritty. Doodle has no idea where SLG is. Tries to go for the cheeky crouch. Doesn't quite work. Storm rifle, too OP. We're going to see the flag be dropping down bottom mid now. In comes the grenades. No hit markers on that one. We actually get one on the second one. Someone's going to go thrust up back to top mid. SLG just trying to do his best to help his teammates out. That's going to be Doodle challenging that. I'm not entirely... Wow, he challenged that. I thought it was going to be a bad challenge. Just get the second kill, takes him down. Now we see Speed, team captain, going down. That flag is just on the precipice of almost getting down. In comes the grenade. Can he get the touch? Yes, they can. Now, what a great play from RS8 just to kind of sit there. And now we're all drawn up at 2-2. Dan, holy hell, we have a game.
Yeah, Pulse just seem really determined. Every time they pull a flag, every single player goes back. No player says, I'm going to sit there. And I mean... Cali is just going off right now. He just sat in his base and he waited, and we see another flag that's being pulled, and it's over there. It's not too far from the base now.
This is going to be imperative. Doodle, that would have been a huge kill from him. He's also got the railgun. He didn't go for it. The flag is on the move. 1 player down, 2 player down. That's going to be 3 players down now. Flag's in the open. He needs to get this kill. Oh my word, I think that's just been retrieved. Yes, he has. Triple kill for Cali. Cali, he was so close. As he moves up now to the top midsection, railgun is there. It looks like somebody has woken up Pulse Gaming, Dan.
Indeed, but Speed, he got a return now. I saw it on my feed. He jumped in, he crouched, and he made sure he got that return. Absolutely huge, especially when Cali's pulling off triple kills like that. They really needed to get that return. Pulse Gaming are really in this now. They've suddenly woken up. They're on fire. If they can get this next camo, they could take this game.
Callie just hunting around people, throws one grenade into the garage. That's going to kill Doodle. Doodle just thrust straight onto that nade. He's now going to push in. We can hear from here. We are actually in a different room. Went for the ninja, turns around, gives him the beat down instead. We can hear the players, and we're actually in a different studio at this moment in time. Things must be getting loud and Larry. Guys, if you are just joining us, remember this is game number 1. This is also a best-of-5 series, which will lead one of these teams to pocket $20,000 and also a one-way ticket to the World Finals. Still on board with Crystalix crouching around. Monkey jumps in. That's going to be the light rifle going down. Gets a little bit of a trade there, I do believe. Railgun back in the hands of Team Captain Speed, though, Dan.
And with the railgun in hand, we saw it earlier, the railgun was such an impact into every flag cap. If Speed can get in a position now where he can start to take down these players that are spawning, unfortunately, he is shut down, which is a huge play from Pulse Gaming there.
I think he got a little bit overzealous. He knew there were some people in the corner. That's going to be Kimber with a great grenade, turns around, puts one shot in that player's face. Not entirely sure who that was, but he's going to get challenged. In comes the grenade. He's going to sit back and just wait to see if anybody wants to poke up. He has his teammate behind him, finds RSA completely caught off guard. RSA should go down, not entirely sure how he got away with that one, but he did, and now we've got another flag cap possibly underway as they're running it down the bottom middle section. But I've got to say, Dan, there's a lot of people dead on both sides of the teams.
And neither team is really taking control of top mid at the moment, but we see SLG trying to move this last flag. He's going to be shouting his teammates, let's put this in, it's so close. But I said no one had top mid. Callie now with the railgun at top mid, and that is the first game to Pulse Gaming. I don't think anyone saw that coming.
France's #1 team have been awakened, guys. The French crowd must be going wild right now as we see Pulse Gaming take game 1. We're going to get some stats up here. Personally, I thought FABe were completely slaughtering them at the start. I have no idea what happened.
What a response from Pulse. 2-1 down to manage to bring that one back. I mean, okay, there's not a sniper on the map, so maybe Speed just couldn't quite go off, but look at those kills. RSA, we've been speaking about SLG all weekend, but RSA doing the dirty work there.
It must be something about these names with 3 syllables. I don't know what it is with these guys. RSA 23-16, 19-19 going neutral for Callie, 15-21, a bit of a big fat negative there for Crystalix, but you know what? It's all about the W. 17-14 for SLG with 12 assists, 14 again for RSA. Quite a little bit of a negative down at the bottom there for Team Captain Speed. But then again, he did clutch up, I have to say, with that final flag, crouching on it. And quite a few times we saw him committing suicide just to try and stop any flag. He was, you know, that's the best thing about Speed, the team captain. But if you're going to tell your teammates to do something, you've got to be prepared to do it yourself. And he's not afraid to get stuck in and do the dirty work.
Yeah, which is good to see from a captain, especially a captain that's such a powerful slayer, especially with a sniper. For him to say, okay, I'm on a map, there's no sniper, maybe I've got to get involved a little more with this game. Yes, he made a clutch flag return. It seemed like after FABe went 2-1 up, suddenly it started to get in their heads that all this prize money that they could be getting, because they really just backed off and got a lot more passive. Their aggression really toned down, and I wasn't really expecting that, but fantastic response from Pulse there. I mean, these guys, that momentum is going to be huge going into this game too.
One thing I have to say though, rolling into game number 2, Coliseum, Team Slayer, when we looked at the initial thing from Speed, when the camera cut back to FABe, Speed just went, nah, don't worry about it, check it off. And that's Speed's mentality, because we see time and time again, throughout any competition across the world, when you go down 1, it does affect you. It affects you mentally, it affects you pretty much physically, not wanting to wonder whether you're going to be going out. The pressure is now on these guys. They are essentially 2 games away from being, 1, eliminated from the competition, 2, Kimbo, once again, he is within a reaching distance of going to an American final. He got shut down at the Battle of Europe. He's almost there. So for him, the pressure's kind of going to be on. But I've got to say, if I were Pulse Gaming, I'd be extremely happy, but slightly concerned about a Team Slayer playlist.
I mean, Pulse have got to be thinking now, we need to win this Slayer.
Yeah.
If we give FABe an inch in this game, if we let Speed get that sniper, we are in for a bad time. As soon as the series is evened up again, you start from the beginning, and then FABe can gain all that confidence once again. Their chins will be back up, and Speed's going to be screaming at his teammates.
I've just realised the Team Slayer playlist. That's clearly me thinking about matchmaking. When I just say Team Slayer game types.
You're a massive matchmaking kid, so I'll let you off.
That's quite offensive.
It is quite offensive, but
Mate,
you know it's
have you
true.
seen my Onyx 1750?
Whoa!
Don't
what,
give
in
me
this
no
season,
grief.
you're Onyx.
Mate, I am Onyx, and I am ready for it. Players to watch then on stream, guys. We have RS8. That photo is wrong. We do apologise. That is not Monkey. That is Doodle. But a couple of these players, again, the young hot gun favourites moving forward. Certainly, RS8, after what he did in that round, I'd be concerned. I'd be worried. They have to shut him down. For me, initially, it was SLG, but after that performance, they need to stop what he did because he just went off. He was almost on I believe, almost on a killing frenzy, maybe 1 or 2 kills away from it.
And he was just grabbing that camo, he was grabbing the railgun, everything that's important, everything that helps you get the kills, he was there. And you need someone to do that. You need someone to be timing it. Yes, okay, they've got coaches that can do that, but the players need to be on point as well. And that's the guy for them. And like having someone that will think about everything else outside of the game. Well, I know it's inside of the game, but like outside of their own gameplay, should I say, that's a massive advantage to having a team.
So here we go, guys. Please remember, tweet the stream, let everybody know what's going on. This, of course, is the 2016 Halo World Championship qualifying match. Kimbo, Speed, Doodle, and Monkey left to right. RSA, Crystalix, Cali, and SLG. These guys are playing for that trip to America, and of course, $20,000 in the bank. 1% of the prize pool that's currently being funded by the purchase of your guys' rec packs at home. Let's see who's going to be getting wrecked, and that's wrecked with a T in game number 2, Dan.
Yeah, let's see what RS8 does here. They know they need to keep this sniper away from Speed. And look, he's straight to that side of the map. He says, look, we need to control this zone and stop him picking up this sniper.
Looking for somebody else as we now find Speed picking up 1. He has no shields. Needs to be careful of the guy that's down there. Here we go. As soon as I knew that was coming. Sniper rifle in hand. Not entirely sure where Rock is. I've just seen them on the kill feed, but didn't see who exactly had them. Will crouch down. He's seen a player down there. Goes for the no-scope.
Oh!
And that's the second one. The Speed show is underway.
I spoke to Speed after the Dignitas game, and he said, you know how well I sniped against Millennium? Times that by 10, that's how well I played against Dignitas.
Now, the problem is with Speed. When he wants something, he does it. Now, for me, being down by 1 game, he will know that he needs to seriously kind of take it to the next level and turn up the sniping in this one. Coliseum, great map for him to do that. Looking around, scopes in. There's RS8, finds his face, puts a bullet straight between his visor. Down he goes, gets the reload, waiting for anybody to try and sneak around. I like the fact that he's checking his corners and checking behind him.
Yeah, he's being very patient with the sniper, which is good. You don't want to be over-aggressive. You don't want to give Pulse Gaming a chance of even getting a sniper. He doesn't quite get the headshot, but we did see the rockets in hand, also a FABe, so they've really got control of this map now.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate that scoreline, Dan?
What, 15-4? It's just, I mean, like, it's a crazy lead. Oh my God!
Here we go, the Speed show is underway. One guy's going to drop down, and he gets the ninja on him. He falls behind him and turns around for the double kill. 17-4. There's going to be some gooses on the opposing side of the map. Speed now proving that he is possibly one of the best snipers in Europe as it stands. We've not really seen this much so far. I mean, throughout the qualifiers, we've seen doing some serious work. But right now, 19-5. Holy mother of Halo, FABe want this game.
The confidence in this man is unreal. He is trying every single no-scope, every single quick-scope. I mean, if you've got a player on your team, he finally does get taken down. So we're going to switch on over. Let's see how these Pulse boys can react.
You know what? I won't be bothered being taken down at that point because I think the damage you've done. FABe says, you know what, lads? We let you take a game. We've give you that. We've put the feelers out there. We fancy a game 4 or 5. We're not too bothered. 8-23. This is getting shut down in ways that was unbelievably thought of. RS8 creeping up now, trying to wait for these rockets. These rockets will be popping. He kind of needs to get them if they want to bring it back. One person sliding straight across S3 there. Sniper's going to be dropping in 25. Doodle getting away with his life. As we see a couple more grenades, more hit markers as well. Doodle's still somehow surviving, and that's one thing I'm seeing in this match. We're not really seeing any kills get cleaned up, Dan.
Yeah, and these FABe Sports players, they're just so much better at staying alive. They know when to challenge, they know when not to challenge, whereas Pulse at the moment just seem to be getting caught off guard. And I mean, if you've got these actually, FABe have had every single power weapon on this map. They've had the rockets, they've had the snipe, and now they've got this weapon in the hands of Kimbo. But he does get taken down. If Pulse can, sorry, Pulse, that's like FABe. If Pulse can grab this, like these power weapons, then maybe they can make a comeback. Who knows? But at the moment, it's a 14-kill deficit.
A couple of kills on the board. We're seeing some sniper rifle, like something out of the Matrix, flying by people's head. Cali's going to drop down from S3. Doodle running through the cave at the moment. Finds Crystalix, misses that last shot. SLG's going to give him some support. support they do, shut them down as a team, which is exactly what we want to see. Finding some more players. We see a couple of little... I'm seeing perfections coming off... perfect medals popping up on the kill feed. SLG, let's have a look at his POV after this kill down. I believe he has a sniper rifle in hand. That's going to be one picking up the top gun kill as well. SLG now moving onto the spawn cycle. Going to see if he can find anyone spawning in the back of blue. Grenade comes in. He's thrown that, so they know that he's exactly there. That's going to be one face, but I was just about to say I did see someone poke out through below. BR. Down he will go. We're finding someone else's POV is actually alive. Crystalix now running back with the DMR, taking on Kimbo. Kimbo will thrust to the right, get out the way. Grenade comes in. Crystalix will go down. Killing spree now for Cali as we go across to him, but he does have one person crouching and hiding around somewhere on S2.
And this 10-kill deficit has been right from the start when Speed got that sniper. If you're Pulse here, you really need to slow down the game. You need to wait for something like the Rockets if you want to get back into this game, because at the moment they're just trading 1 for 1, and Speed is now moving towards those Rockets, and I don't want to see what he can do with Rockets in his hand if he can hit every single sniper shot.
A little bit unlucky. He got clipped by the grenade as it came through. Cali going to try and get that kill. You hear the headshot pop at the end. Kimbo will challenge. Grenade comes in, but they're coming up behind them. Unfortunately, that player's one shot there. That'll be an easy kill there as he sees SLG helping him out. His teammate going to run around. That's going to be two. Both of the people that were trying to force upon him, they will go down. Rockets, though, still untouched. Dan Doodle pokes out. You saw the call out there. That was absolutely textbook call out. He heard it bang. S3 scoped in like a hawk. Didn't get the kill, but you know what? He's got himself the Rockets instead. I'd be quite happy with it now. This is possibly 4 potential kills. They can quite easily bring this one back at this point. The deficit has just closed down.
That's exactly what I said. They needed to grab those Rockets, but unfortunately, he does get taken down, which is a huge play for FABe. If FABe can get hold of the Rockets, he goes for the back smack.
And sticks him.
Did he just...
He stuck him.
No.
He did. He stuck him. He went
lost
for the
for
ninja
words.
and stuck him instead. Crystalix going one-on-one bottom mid. Crystalix with the cheeky duck there. Unfortunately, Spee said no. He's going to come back. Didn't actually pick up the scatter shot, which is interesting. He's going to leave it there. It certainly will be called out that it's down. Grenade comes in. He gets finished off 42-34. It kind of looks like he's in the hands of FABe this game too, but you know what? Compared to how it started off, this is night and day.
Yeah, and I mean, I just want to move over to Kimbo here. Oh, no, that's the perfect... He was sitting there for so long waiting for a kill. Unfortunately, he does get taken down. I mean, they've got it back to a 7-kill game. They're definitely back in this now, Pulse. I mean, they've taken away the sniper. If they can keep it in their hands, but Speed is gunning for him. He says, no, I want that sniper.
Unfortunately, he has no help. Speed's going to be super aggressive, and here comes down the scatter shot, lights him up. He will literally get melted down, turns around just to check his corner. Now, I like how kind of predicting things. Speed knows what's going on. I believe that sniper may have just been picked up and run away with it. He does. Oh, that's a bullet coming out of the back of the map. Almost going to be. It's going to be a double kill for Crystalix. Crystalix possibly with the triple at the back of the map. We're currently on board with Doodles going one-on-one double kill. That's going to be possibly all 4 members down now for Pulse Gaming. Only pretty much 2 kills to take the win. Still an 8-point game down.
Yeah, and I mean, they did get back into this. They were like 13 kills down, but there's only 1 kill needed now. Let's jump on board with Monkey, who's got the sniper, see if he can get his last kill. He's got someone pushing him from the rocket corner.
Do him.
I mean, he just needs to just get aggressive. They need to finish this off. They don't want to dawdle about this. Not doodle, dawdle. They want to push as a unit, get this final kill, and tie up this series, Sims.
Go on, son, jump up, put him one in the face. We're going to see Speed now pushing in. Grenade comes in. I'm hoping for a 420 no-scope for the win. Come on, you can do it. We know there's somebody over there on blue just hovering around. He's not actually using stabilizers, which is interesting. We see quite a lot of people. He gets stuck from absolutely out of nowhere. That's obviously a double kill now for Cali. Finally, the win comes in, but you know what? It looked fragile. I've got to say, compared to the start, once again, Pulse proving to be this late game kind of changes.
They just kept the sniper away from Speed. Like, Speed had it at the start. He got that, like, I think there was 12 kill lead at one point, which is nuts. To get that lead so early on is always going to be hard to come back if you're a member of Pulse. But they did what they should have done. They just kept the sniper away from him. They said, look, let's go grab it. Even if we have to throw it off the map, let's just keep it away from him.
Speed then, 16 and 10, top of the chats. 15 and 11, we move down to Kimbo. Doodle, 11 and 12, a little bit of a neg 1 and a neg 2 also for Monkey, 8 and 10 as we move down. SLG top in the chats, 14 to 12, 13 to 10 for Cali. Those two at the moment absolutely on fire. and a little bit of a negative down at the bottom from RSA and Crystalix. However, Crystalix really kind of turned it up towards the end of the game, but the damage kind of was done. As you can see, a little bit of a head bob there from Kimbo. They know that they are back in this. They're kind of on even grounds, and this is where you get a little bit happy because you kind of thinking, all right, we're no longer down. It's game, set, and match. Here we go. We're moving into game number 3. If anything, we're getting a game 4. I'm smiling. I'm happy.
Yeah, we have a game on here. We've got probably, now we can say that probably the best German team after qualifying, getting so far here after qualifying out of groups, and we've got the best French team after winning their French LAN. These two giants are so well matched that I could see this going to a game 5, Sims.
Oh yeah, without question. And of course, when we land in game 5, we do have the turmoil map. That is Regret Team Slayer, I do believe. We'll bring the map pulls up once again, and we'll see how this one's going to be playing it out as we move forward into game number 3. We're at the halfway point now. This could be the tipping point for one team, taking the lead by 2-1. Moving into game 3, it's going to be Eden Strongholds. Moving into game 4, which we will definitely get. We're going to see Truth, CTF, and possibly, if we see a game number 5, we're going to find CLG Lethal's favourite map. It's Regret Team Slayer. Certainly looking forward, and I think we will see that game.
Yeah, interestingly about Eden Strongholds, I distinctly remember FABe losing several times on this map. They were beaten by Penta in that qualifier, and maybe it's, yeah, you remember now,
yeah.
I saw it in your eyes.
This was where Supremacy got the overkill from top mid, and they trashed them on this map.
Yeah,
so this is one of their weaker
finals.
game types.
Yes.
Again, and beat by French as well on this exact same one.
So these guys, they're going to be thinking, okay, we're not strong at this game type, but maybe after those qualifiers, they've gone back, they've looked at what they did wrong, and now it's one of their most practiced game types. That's what I love about such a large map pool, that you can get all these different game types, and you can become strong on one that you weren't necessarily strong on before.
The one thing that I have to say about, more than anything about that team, one, how much confidence are they for such a young age, you know? And they don't necessarily have that much LAN experience compared to some of the other people, but their confidence is absolutely incredible.
And to think how much money's on the line right now, as like players of that age, that's got to be hitting you in the head at some point.
I've got to be honest, maybe at some point, yeah, totally agree, but I don't think for either of these teams it's about any kind of cash. I literally think it's World Finals.
And some of these players have been dreaming about this. Sure. Yeah. Even I've been dreaming about going to America to go to World Finals, for Christ's sake. Like this is huge. This is such a big moment, such a pivotal moment for Europe, let alone for these players.
It's the height of Halo esports, man. This literally doesn't get any bigger than this. Of course, is the Halo World Championship. They're going to meet 16 other teams, but again, and also good luck to all the American teams as well who are playing in the last chance qualifier. That is going to be one sweaty online event. Left to right then, more about this game. Top of the board, we got FABe Esports, Kimbo, Speed, Doodle and Monkey. Below, Pulse Gaming, RS8, Crystalix, Cali, and of course SLG. We're going to be moving into Strongholds on Eden. Dan, who do you want to kick things off with, my friend?
I want to see what Doodle's got to offer. I mean, this guy's the latest addition to the team. He's performed really well today, and interestingly, I think whoever gains the lead to start with will lose this game.
Jumping straight off the back goes for the BR. Bluebend's already underway. We're going to see Ness come back. Grenade comes. He's going to be half shields there. Going to move in, try and grab these rockets as he thrusts back. A little bit of a dodgy thrust there. I didn't expect him to go so far out and kind of overextend. As we see him moving back, we're going to be the camo is good. Sorry, excuse me. The OS is going to be in play. Not entirely sure who has that. As we actually move across now, we see one kill coming up as Speed. He's going to move on to Catwalk. Grenade goes over into Red Ness. A rocket comes straight and hits him straight in the stomach. Kimbo goes sliding in, goes one-on-one with the camo guy. Tries to crouch and get out of it, but unfortunately, it's going to be RS8 saying, no, friend, you are not getting away from me. Pre-grenade on Speed there. I like that, but Speed's going to be running away and sprinting for his dear life.
And Pulse Gaming's start to this game has been unreal. They've obviously they've practiced that starting strat several times now. They had all 3 strongholds and the camo, and the camo is massive. If you can really use it to kind of sit in those strongholds unseen, it can be a really big factor in this game.
Right, you mentioned it earlier then, Dan. Obviously, this is going to be one of FABe's guaranteed. We know this is their weaker game type. Pulse Gaming don't know that, but if you were Pulse Gaming right now, how do you want to see them play this against this German roster?
I just want to see them rotating as a squad. Maybe not 4, but at least 2s. As soon as you get one of those strongholds, pushing on to the next one. Just keep, like, FABe busy. Just take it to FABe. Just get aggressive. Get in their face.
Kimbo did go down, but I just want to kind of say what he did there. He jumps up on the side. He didn't even move. He stood there with the pistol like, mate, you're shooting me, but I am going to kill you. Unfortunately, it kind of backfired as we saw RS8 come back to haunt his dreams. 30 points to 0 at the moment on the board. Is there any need for them to even bother pushing Blue Bend?
Well, not necessarily, no. If they can like keep their spawns, keep control of their spawns, then they definitely don't need to worry about Blue Bend. But the interesting thing about pushing Blue Bend is it forces FABe to kind of come out of the woodworks and start pushing for Catwalk. We see Pulse now losing Catwalk, but instantly RS8 is jumping back and trying to get hold of it again.
What a grenade, banked it off the wall, got the double kill, grabs the camo as well, thrusts it into his chest. Blue Bend is one there. We got Speed poking up off the spawn in blue window. Speed slides in, gets a quick cheeky beat down. We're going to see him try and get away from this one. That would have been a huge kill if he did. Crystalix have also just killed himself as well, taking out Doodle as well, as you can see in the kill feed. We're back on board with Monk as he goes to try and reset this hill, but one person's in. It's going to be SLG. SLG says, not today, sunshine. Not today indeed. Crystalix, though, finding the rockets. Nice little wreck pack there as he moves back onto the back catwalk. He's going to push inside control.
And Pulse have kind of had rockets this whole start of this game. They've really controlled the rockets, the overshield, the camo. They just seem to be a bit more on point, and FABe just don't know how to respond to it at the moment. We said maybe it's a weak game type for them. So if Pulse can kind of push forward now and really finish this game off quick, go 2-1 up in the series, now that's when FABe will start to worry about things.
Nest is currently being taken back. Rocky did go in, didn't even touch him. I'm guessing he was dead before he even hit the floor. Looking for any players spawning in that back BR corner. Just going to crouch around. One person's flying around on the little stabilize there, but doesn't get any hit markers whatsoever. A bit of a waste of a rocket as he does fall. Moving across to Speed now. Team captain, he goes down as well. It's going to be 3 players down now, unfortunately. Kimbo left, last man standing, as we see Doodle coming off the respawn, also trying to take back Nest. He's moved into Catwalk as well. Crystalix will jump in and get the reset on that one.
What FABe don't seem to be doing at the moment is pushing as a unit. They seem to be pushing one by one into each stronghold. They need to group up. They know how to do it, but it just seems like they're panicking a little bit. Like we said, maybe they're not experienced with this game type and they're just doing whatever they can to get this game finished quickly.
This will be interesting if he can get Catwalk, which he does indeed. Look at that scoreline, though. It's getting bigger by the second. Monkey, as you can see on the kill feed, does get 2 more kills, picking up a double. Goes for the BR. Will he challenge this? It'll be interesting if he does, which he did, and unfortunately got the kill, but did get the trade as well. Crystalix will drop down the back blow-up section, as we now see Speed running around with the rocket. Speed goes down. Rockets will transfer into the hands of Pulse Gaming.
And that's rockets and overshield in the hands of this man. What did I say earlier? RS8, always on the camo, always on the overshield, always on the power weapons. He's doing all the work for his team at the moment. If they can keep this up, if they can just get one of these strongholds and use...
Oh, no! Complete RKO out of nowhere. The wild assassination came in. I believe it was from Monkey. Mistake me if I'm correct there, Dan. Rocket's back in his hand, but... OS, just completely useless.
That's how to cut off a caster. Just assassinate the guy that's got all the power weapons. Thank you, Monkey. I want to see you use these rockets now if you're going to cut me off like that. He's going to fire one. Oh, he's kind of a waste of a rocket. That's kind of a shame, really, Sims.
2 players went down, though. We've got to say for Pulse Gaming, as we now see Speed pushing back in onto the blue bend. He needs to get that one straight in the bag if they want to move forward. He's kind of on this side. He knows he's straight up on the blue stairs. Going to run round. That's going to be Cali caught one shot. He will get the call out from his teammates. Blue bend now in control. I think we could see full control here as the 3-piece capture is almost underway. 2 players from Pulse jumping in, though, to stop it, as we now see someone up on Catwalk. Bit of a split thing, though. Do you really want to kind of try and rely on the win from Blue Bend and Nest?
I mean, at the moment, you just want to get whatever you can get, really. Like, if you can get in a stronghold and control it for a little bit, I mean, he gets taken down there, but I can hear, I don't know if you can hear this, Sims, the amount of noise coming from the arena at the moment, it's absolutely ridiculous. These guys are getting so loud, and that's going to start to play on FABe's minds.
Couple more seconds on the board, but you know what? This is a mountain to climb rather than a hill. Catwalk could be getting taken, as we both see RS8 and Cali to his right pushing in there. Grenade goes in. He knows that he can bait this, that Doodle has to challenge him. I was actually kind of hoping that his teammate would have helped him, though. That was the unfortunate thing. 3 cap now, full control, just for a split second, as we do see Nest taken back. SLG will challenge Kimbo. Kimbo says, not today, sunshine. He gets taken down. Crystalix fires a rocket and does die, but he does take Kimbo out with him, as we see RS8 just kind of creeping around, waiting to make sure that no one's there. Whips out the AR at the last second. Monkey, he did step out, though. That's the unfortunate thing. Monkey steps in as he steps out. They get the reset, and look, just as soon as... I saw you put your hand up in the air there.
I just can't believe it. Every single power-up, every single weapon, this guy is there. He's doing some absolute work, but he needs to use it now. FABe are starting to creep up on this scoreboard. He needs to make sure he can secure a stronghold, but he gets taken down by the rockets. And I believe that was maybe Monkey. I'm not sure. No, it's Speed with the rockets. I mean, this man, he doesn't want to go 2-1 down in this series. He wants to do something big.
Rocket to the jawline's never going to be a great help to your health as he jumps up. Him and Doodle will get the reset on net. Sorry, top mid there, we see now. That's going to be taken down. Looking over at Blue Ben, Crystalix, one shot. Doesn't quite get the finish. I will be calling that one out. Look for the little arrow in the corner. See if he got the assist moving down to the jump up just below OS. One player doesn't even know he's there now. I love that player. Just jumps down, stays down to get his shields back, comes back up. Redness still taken back. But you know what, Dan? The comeback is real right now. I think we could possibly see it happen as Kimbo does dodge the last bullet, but doesn't see it through now. Jumping, does get one to the back of the head because he is one shot. The scoreline is closing in, Dan.
Yeah, this is a fantastic comeback, and I think this is going to be a bit of a scrappy game towards the end. These players are going to start to get heated. They're going to start to panic, especially Pulse to lose such a lead like this. This is unreal. I mean, Speed is doing some absolute work with his team, but he does now see 2 strongholds in the hands of Pulse.
They really need to get this hill. This will be a big pivotal moment for them. Unfortunately, they're not. 83 points. They're closing in on victory ever second by second. Monkey's up there as well. They're going to try and turn that one round. They do have, of course, the Blue Ben fully controlled. He's going to jump up in the top mid. Doodle could be the savior, but we know Doodle's been in this position before. He's gone down as well. RS8 gets a kill. SLG gets a kill. Crystalix also gets a kill. Only SLG. There could be 3 members down. We're at the 90-point club. This could be game, set, and match for game number 3 down.
If they can find the spawns, if they can shut these players down before they even get a chance to get near a stronghold, then this will be game 3 in the hands of Pulse. No one is doing it. He's even going for the 3rd stronghold, and that is going to be all she wrote. That is going to be 2-1, and that is a fantastic performance from Pulse Gaming.
3 cap in the bag, and also a nice OS, a big fat OS in the chest. That's going to be Pulse Gaming taking game number 2. The French are going wild. Who in the hell would have thought? I mean, we say this. I suppose this is Branish's. I'm actually seeing it, a couple of bit of a trash talk there across the side. We've just heard it. We can actually hear them screaming in the background there. But you know what? Who kind of thought we'd be seeing this? Fair enough, they're France's #1 team, but how badly FABe have been destroying people. I didn't expect this to happen. Then again, I didn't expect this matchup.
I mean, we knew Pulse were capable of it. Well, let's just look at the stats quickly. Monkey.
That's the problem there. 7 and 18, not stepping up to the plate when it was needed. 8 assists in the bag. It'd be nice to see how many hill captures he actually got. 15 to 12 for Crystalix. SLG stepping up with a nice big 20 to 17. 18 to 14 below him, RS8. Cali 17 to 15. 16 assists also for RS8, but the standout figure then, unfortunately, and only with 8 assists, 7 and 18. That is not the kind of scoreline and kill line you want to be doing in a game 3, especially when your American hopes and dreams are on the line.
I know we talk about tournament infused, but let's talk about tournament pulse. These guys love to be underdogs. At the French land, 4th seed, win the event. Now, they qualified in 2nd place from their group. They're beating a team that qualified 1st in the group. They really take it in their stride when they're the underdogs, and they're performing really well. I mean, FABe, they're going to start to worry now. They are 1 game away from being eliminated from this competition, and that's also going to be in the heads of Pulse as well. They know how close they are to going to America. To see a French team heading over to America would be massive, and I know the French contingent will be behind these boys. There's so many French players here. They're all going to be screaming and getting behind these lads.
So really quickly, we'll go back to the scoreboard just a second, guys. We want to bring that feed back up for you so we can have a quick chat about the next 2 games while this one does get set up. We will bring that scoreline sheet, but just a really quick shout out to all the fans at home, all the people that have come down today to watch this, all of the players at the end of the day that are participating in the Halo World Championship completely across the globe, because this event is truly on a global scale. Before we go any further, your best of 5 layout, of course, game 1, Pulse Gaming took that Fathom CTF 3-2. Game 2, FABe Esports cleaned house on a 50-43 Coliseum Team Slayer. Game 3, what we've just seen was Pulse Gaming, the 100-point club to 70 on an Eden Strongholds. Dan, we're moving into game number 4, and you know what? French's finest are only 1 game away from the World Finals. Personally, I think this is game 5 territory, though, because at the end of the day, with Truth being that, and we've seen before, me and you personally, when we've cast this, we've seen FABe play Truth. they have a damn good truth game.
Yeah, I was going to say, they know how to set up on this map. I mean, everyone kind of knows how to set up on Truth. It's the midship. The guys that have played in Halo 2, Halo 3, they know how this map works. So FABe, they're still going to be confident. They're going to say, look, guys, it's a best of 5. We can still do this. But Pulse, they're going to be thinking, we're 1 game away. Like, all we have to do is win this map. Let's stay calm. Let's push as a unit. Let's watch the spawns. Let's pull flags when we're supposed to pull flags. But that man, Doodle, I want to watch this guy because he is the flag puller for FABe. So he's going to be the guy that's going to be running in and pulling the flags when they need it.
For me, he's the kind of blackjack to infused. You know, since he's joined this roster, it's only gone from strength to strength to strength. Fair enough, they've had the knockbacks and setbacks, but at the end of the day, mate, they're in a quarterfinals. They're playing for 20 grand right here, and this team has done well to get this far. But we look across the opposing side on screen now, Pulse Gaming, they deserve this as much as possible. They've come off of the win from the Xbox Elite Series. We're now here into quarters. They're now playing for 20k. As we go further on, they're playing for more money, and possibly the World Finals, 800 grand currently as a first place prize. We have to take and just kind of sit back for a second to think that 4 players in March are going to be bagging 800k.
I mean, that's just unreal. Like, that amount of money for some of these players is going to be crazy. I mean, here we go. We've got the players again. Kimbo, Speed, Doodle, and Monkey. They're going to be feeling the pressure now. Let's see how they handle that pressure going into this Truth game. Who do you want to start things off with, Sim?
I really want to see Kimbo, because we've seen Kimbo time and time again on this map. He's a very aggressive player. Let's see when he goes straight off the spawn. I think he's a sword kind of guy. I've got this feeling that we've seen him push for swords several times. He's going to prove me wrong now and probably go for the camo. At the moment, grenade goes in. Doodle picks up the kill. You see the arrow on there for the assist medal. You heard it as well. Speed also grabbing one. Another player down below him, currently moving into top mid. Does the thrusters will kick in there, stabilizes as he now works his way. And this is kind of his perfect area. You can see in the kill feed there, nice little perfect kill from Doodle, who you mentioned earlier on. Right now, there is some fantastic teamwork. We're seeing these assist medals come in, and we're seeing the kill feed currently just full of Pulse members. Here comes the flag, moving it across Carbine side. In goes a grenade, gets a little bit caught off guard there. Yet another assist for Kimbo. And he's not moving forward. He's sitting here saying, you know what, lads, I am going to take you all on. Will he get the touch? He does indeed. That's going to be a pivotal one as they start to move this round. Flag bounce in full effect. Will he get this one in? He's got some support from that side. However, one person's coming in. That's going to be RSA. He's actually going to challenge that one as he does go down. Flags out in the open. He pulled that. Great play by them to at least kind of let it last a little bit. He's kind of going to be on the move now. They need to be aware of that player on bottom mid. But so far, awesome stuff from Kimbo.
A really strong start from FABe, but the man I want to talk about is RSA. He's been everywhere on this map. I mean, I can see his screen here. He was there for the camo, as we expected. He gets the flag return. He's the guy you want to be seeing in. Let's see if we can jump on board with him and see what he's got to offer when he respawns.
Great time to move across as we see FABe putting one on the board. First flag cap is in effect. And now we're moving across to RSA, who's going to be hiding around in the base, just trying to find speed up there. Moving into car 2, grenade goes in, doesn't get a hit mark as he comes back up the lift. It's going to be Kimbo still top mid, takes down SLG as you can see on the kill feed. I think still that's Kimbo. He needs to really get him out of top mid, which is exactly what he's done. That's going to be Cali giving him support inside that base. RSA and SLG also grabbing a kill. If he gets this, that's going to be 3 down now. They really need to make a move there, but unfortunately he's got nobody to help him out as he's getting shot from P3 all the way across the map.
And this carbine control is so important. If RSA can kind of just stick in this toilet, make sure he doesn't die and catch these FABe players on spawn, but he is taken down.
Doodle
just as I say it. But we see the camo now in the hands. Oh no, he was taken down as well. Everyone's dying on my screen, so I'm just going to stay on RS8.
We came through. No, Doodle came up to the toilet and kind of took a dump on him because he went straight down. AR and the beat down, straight to the back, moving in. The problem is that he's kind of on his own. Fair enough, he's got Crystallics around the corner. Monkey's hiding up there just above the E-line, the DMR windows. He jumped back down. Headshot now for Speed moving forward. We can also see a couple of FABe members getting some kills in the kill feed. Speed just being the Steaky Beaver, crouching around. I think he's going to be up in the window, but you know what? Cali just comes flying up the lift there, jumps up to the side, takes him down as well, move back to SLG. Grenade comes flying across his head. Monkey will seal the deal with that one and take him down as well. Monkey also, curse of the caster hit, and what are you doing to these players,
every
man?
button I press, it seems like a death button at the moment, but now we're on board with Kimbo. Please stay alive for me, Kimbo. Don't just jump out and challenge and die. What I want to talk about, though, is Kimbo today. I mean, yeah, okay, he died as well. Let's go back to Speed. But Kimbo, by adding Doodle, it just means that Kimbo's been able to kind of be a bit more passive, and he's not the guy going for the flag. By having Doodle on the squad to do that, we've really opened up Kimbo's gameplay, and he's really shining today.
Speed right now, just kind of being the pillar of FABe. He's doing everything. Objective, you want to go defense, look at how patient he was in the base previous, just hiding back, gets another kill. His shot is so defined, like literally his reticle doesn't move off people's faces, and the amount of damage, you know, it would be a travesty if he didn't make it to Worlds, because this guy has worked his backside off to get to this point. He's been through losses, he's been through wins. Finally, he's here in this quarterfinals match, playing for a shot at Worlds, and of course, 20k, 1% that follows with it. We're back in the hot seat with Doodle Dan.
I don't think there's anyone more that wants to be at Worlds than Speed. I was talking to him earlier, and he just said, I just want to go to America, man. Like, that is just, we know how important it is for these players. As we see Doodle now pushing in, I did say he was going to be a guy going for the flag. He gets the double. His teammates are there for the support. Can he get the triple? He does get the triple, but he does get taken down. Hopefully his team can maybe run this flag.
Reversal also come in, but that's the problem. They have no one there to put it, and all of a sudden, Pulse are back on the spawn. There were 3 down there, but no one has sealed the deal as Kimbo grabs himself a Doodle. He'll grab himself a Doodle.
He's
grabbed himself a Doodle. He's got Doodle for support behind him. He's going to run straight underneath Car 1 as he goes down from a grenade. We're going to see Speed up top mid with the camo. I don't want to see him go for that flag, man. I want to see him get some kills on one of his teammates, kind of help him out, or one of his guys below him. It's kind of command that for running that flag, which at the moment in time, I think, is it being reset? I can't actually see that.
I think it has been reset. Yeah, they did reset that flag. No, it's still there. It's still out. It's just about to go there. Now it's reset. But RSA, he's been kind of taken out of this game. So let's see what he's doing. We didn't see him with the camo. As soon as I saw a camo on my screen, I was like, yeah, RSA, of course he's going to be grabbing it. But he didn't have it. Speed has said, he's obviously noticed and said, RSA, he's getting the camos. I'm going to contest him. I'm a better player than him. I'll get all the power-ups.
RSA getting caught off guard by 2 of them. 3 people down now for Pulse Gamers. We're back off the spawn with Speed. Grenade goes in below blue base. Everything's kind of calmed down a little bit, so we're going to bring the heat down here in the commentary booth as we see CL. It's going to be SLG, I do apologize, not CLG. We see 2 people jumping up there. SLG will jump back on 1 shot. Down he goes as well. 2 players down now. That's going to possibly even 3 members down for Pulse Gaming. Speed will be pushing it towards Doodle, hiding there in the toilet. He's going to run straight down Car 1. Getting shot in the back, unfortunately, doesn't get very far. 2 members will spawn rather quickly and push and advance straight onto that flag. We're going across to Monkey now, carbine in hand. 1 person's challenging him over at Car 2 himself. He's going to jump out on Crystalix. Crystalix gets wrecked as he tries to challenge him with that carbine, as we see him now giving his team captain some support. Going to jump up 2 members though over carbine section. Needs to be extremely careful. Speed goes down, and so does Monkey.
Interesting that he decided to run the flag carbine side as well. I mean, you're always going to see the other team spawning carbine side when you're sat in P. They probably should have pulled that P. When Doodle got taken down in the toilet, he should have said, okay, maybe I should run the other way. But he got taken down, and there we have it.
And a couple of times, Dan, we're seeing these YOLO pulls right now, but we just saw SLG just dive bomb in there. There's 3 people up. I'm not entirely sure that's the best player, but then again, I'm not necessarily one of these top-tier players yet, but they kind of want to slow this down and get the kills.
You're not a top-tier player yet.
I will never be a top-tier. There you go, I said it. Thanks a lot. I know you give me top 24, but stop hating on me while we're commentating, Dan. God damn it.
And we see Speed pulling the flag. He is doing all the work for his team at the moment. We speak about Doodle being the maybe objective player, but Speed is the captain of this side. He says, we are not going out of this tournament. I'll do whatever it takes. You guys just follow my lead.
We just saw the camo. That's like something straight up out of Predator. You just look to the left and you see the shimmer. Most of the players down in that base, I'm assuming someone's going to come straight off the respawn and put that in the bag. However, I think we may have just seen a Pulse member creep on him, which he does indeed. This will be huge, and he gets the return. So close to capping it for FABe.
Massive return. Like you said, I just saw that kind of glimmer of camo. And we've said it before, the camo is so important. You've just got to be patient and make plays. He just sat there and he waited for his opportunity, and then he pounced.
Grenade goes in, 4:27 on the clock, and only 1 flag for any of the teams at this moment in time. Speed once again crouching up, does the thrust straight in, catches RSA completely off guard, decides, you know what, 3 down, we can see on the kill feed there, jumps straight out, he's going to zoom in, he doesn't because he makes the jump all the way, he needs one of his teammates there to help him out, ground pound possibly coming in, you know what? He doesn't even need that. He's just going to YOLO jump that across, but the flag is away. This is where it's quite important for his teammates to get that return, but you know what? They're not. SLG has got that in the bag.
Yeah, they've also got the flag, and now we see a standoff. I don't even think SLG realized the flag was out there. He lifted up expecting to put that flag in. And what I want to see now is how these flag players play, because they really, if they take themselves out of the game, it essentially becomes a 4v3. If they can stand there and really just like push, if they can push out and use that extra pistol, then it can really help the side.
So we're on board with Speed at this moment in time with the flag jumping across. Just show us exactly where the members of, for the people at home, where members of Pulse Gaming are pushing in onto him, Dan.
Yeah, so they're pushing round from Carbine side. That's the best area, because then you also block that Carbine spawn. And I want to see, everyone just gets taken down at the moment. Every button I press, this is ridiculous. Come on, guys, let's get a good push together. Let's work as a unit. Let's stop taking these 1v1 battles.
Nice little bit of a beat down there from Cali, I believe, with the flag. Dougal goes down. That's several members down now. However, they're in all kinds of trouble. That'd be a huge kill for SLG if he got that. The trade was real, though. We see Monkey just chilling. He's going to come around from the toilet side and push into Kato. Now he's just waiting there, kind of say, right, Speed, what's the play? And it's all of a sudden gone very quiet.
I like that. He said, right, I'm going to wait for my teammates to respawn. Let's have a look towards my captain. Let's see what he decides. And we see him pushing as a unit now. He knows he doesn't get the pull in time. And that is a massive cap. And we now see it all tied up, 1-1 here.
Flag return as well for Crystalix. How in the hell did he not get that? That was a great... Did he ground pound that in at the end?
I mean, I have no idea how that flag was returned. We saw 3 members of FABe all sat with that flag, yet still one of the members of Pulse able to get a return. Unreal.
Little bit unfortunate there, but you know what? Great players all around from Pulse Gaming so far. They've tied it up, and we've got 2 minutes on the clock. I can see this one going into overtime, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be interesting as Kimbo grabs himself a double kill. Crystalix in with the grenades, trying to find anyone up in the window. Just sneakily bobbing around, waits for Kimbo to charge. That's going to be Kimbo once again, coming in just for no reason. I don't see the point in doing that, especially when you've got... Oh, fair enough. Wow. That was incredible. I didn't expect him to do that for a double kill. Moving down, we see 2 people completely whitewashing at the moment, this Carbine side. But every time, I still think Pulse are getting outslid.
Yeah, I think they are, but it looks like FABe are getting a little bit desperate now. We saw Kimbo just kind of beeline for that flag, and before getting taken down, I want to see what the captain has got to do now. It's 1-1. He's not going to want this to go to a replay. He's going to want to finish this game off. So I want to see how he commands this game, whether he's going to kind of go for a power-up, whether he's going to die, of course. But, like, Speed, he's your man. He's the man that everyone needs to be turning to on this team.
Mate, can you please just pick somebody who's not going to die? For the love of God.
Everyone's dying.
Everything's kind of got messy here, and you know what? It is panic stations.
Yes, it is a messy game.
If Pulse win this, FABe are going home. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, and they are starting to panic. You can see it in the gameplay. You can see it in my button mashing, because just everyone is dying because it's such a messy game right now.
Now, this camo will be quite important. Let's have a look across the board and see who get that. We see Monkey cleaning up a double kill. Flag is now on the move, though. He's got that top middle control. I'm not into how many are dead at this moment in time. Doodle's moved it all the way across. No one's really challenged it. In comes, he's going to crouch up through the E-line. I want to see the ground pound coming in. He will get the ground pound. He ground pounds his teammate, though. Oh, my word. But he...
Oh, my... Just someone put it in. There we go.
So now we're round up. Before we go into overtime, that was a close one.
I mean, I didn't know if he ground pounded his enemies or his teammates, but he got the flag in there, and then they captured it. That's all that matters. They now need to hold out for just 30 seconds more to tie these series up 2-2.
We had no idea what happened there. I just saw 3 people just get blown to bits like an atom bomb going off in the middle of red base now. Doodle taking on top mid to get the trade there. Only 14 seconds on the clock. They just need to hold this one out. That's going to be Monkey challenging from the toilet. Crystalix will jump back. Monkey just staying in line saying, you know what, Sunshine, I'm up by 1 flag. Come at me, bro, if you want some. He's going to jump back, does get taken down, and there it is, guys. We are going to game number 5.
Wow. I did not expect a game 5 from these guys. I mean, this is such... Look at the expression on Speed's face, how much it means to that man. That took a lot out of him. I wouldn't be surprised if he takes a toilet right now.
He's sweating. He's sweating as well. What happened at the end of that ground pound?
I don't even know. All I saw was Doodle just ground pound that floor, 3 players explode around him, but the important thing was the flag went in.
Just look at
30 kills from Kimbo.
The 30 bomb is out and in full effect, 30 to 20, 17 assists for Big Daddy Kimbo doing some work. He wants to go to Worlds. You can see it in that scoreline. 24 to 14 by Monkey, 23 to 19, 22 to 20. And I was right, Pulse got absolutely slapped when it comes to kills. But you know what? They still put up a damn good fight.
And that's what I think. FABe have got a lot more slaying power about them, but I think Pulse are actually better at setting up. I think we might even have a replay here, so maybe we can find out what was going on. Let's see what replay we have.
We don't even know which replay is round up, so this, of course, was the ground pound. So bang, in comes 1, 2, 3 people went down. So he killed it. He killed his teammate. He killed SMG. Hopefully, we can slow that one down. I actually think this is done by the spectator mods. If we can take that back and slow it down and just kind of see how many people he did actually kill there. Here we go. So we're going to reverse this one back up. Callie's there. He jumps in. He goes down. We'll start off from the beginning again. Keep rewinding.
Do you know what's better than a ground pound? A backwards ground pound.
Here we go. Here we go. So slowly. Comes in, bang, hits his teammate in the face, kills the enemy next to him. One person runs in with one shot. He goes down. The flag carrier goes down. So that's 4 people down in one sitting. We then see that's going to be Monkey coming in. 5 people down. You can see it in Doodle's face and eyes there. He gets that. Bang. In goes the cap. The opposing guy doesn't even get the back smack. 5 people down from one, pretty much a flag push. That was insane.
I'm lost for words. That was just... That's what we want to see. We want to see these intense moments. And look at these Pulse players. It looks like their heads are kind of dropped a bit. They know they got outslayed, but because it was such a close game, they were probably thinking maybe that was our chance. Now going into a Slayer on regret. I mean, with Kimbo dropping 30 kills, going into a map like that, I'd be worried if I was a Pulse member.
In the chat, make sure you give somebody your power. Whatever team you are supporting, whether it's FABe or whether it's Pulse Gaming, give them your power now. Take their souls as we move into regret. Team Slayer. I know that if this were me, I'm sweating as it is. So I can imagine that these players are getting very sweaty. $20,000. And of course, a spot at Worlds is on the line to play for $2 million.
And we say $20,000 because that's for last place at Worlds, yeah?
Yeah.
And this prize fund is still rising.
And of course, they've got the prizes from today as well. There is a 50 grand prize pool, 20 grand for, essentially, whoever wins today has got 40K.
That's unreal. I want to see what these players would do with that amount of money. They would just buy cars. God knows. I don't even know what I'd do with that amount of money.
We all know what Dave Walsh would buy. But
what would Dave Walsh buy? Go on, no.
We all know what he would buy. You ever watch Season 1 finals?
Yeah, I've watched Season 1 finals.
Yeah, we're not going to go there. We all know. We can ask the chat what Dave Walsh would buy.
Okay,
certainly couldn't buy a better smile because he has the best smile.
He does have
the
best
business.
smile.
It actually annoys me how nice
jealous.
the smile is. Yeah, so am I. Back to the game then. Game number 5 is locked and loaded. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining us, we are in the final match of the day, but I want to thank each and every single one of you who's watching at home, who's watching live from here and actually come down. It's been my pleasure to be casting some of these series. Got to give a shout out to the community, Halo Waypoint, Reddit Halo, and of course Team Beyond, pretty much the home of the competitive players. HCF Live Tweets, who's always keeping us up to date with every score by score. That guy there, Ponza, is an absolute gem. And of course, Halo Esportspedia for all the stats and statistics. And everybody on Team Beyond that is always like taking stats, taking games. Every time, I've said it before, every time I wake up and I check all these players and all these teams and all these scrims and all these kills and everything and pretty much the stats and statistics, it's amazing being able to wake up, grab myself a brew and just pretty much browse forums. So shout out to all you guys and fans at home. You are the real MVP. Hashtag HaloWC. Tweet the stream. And you know what? Tweet us. Let us know who you guys are rooting for at home as we move into game number 5. Dan, I'm going to ask you, who's going to Worlds?
You can't put that on me like that. But
Mate,
okay,
you're getting it.
FABe are going to Worlds. This game is going to be scrappy like the last one, but I said there is so much more slaying power on the FABe squad, so I'm looking them to win this Slayer game.
Look at speed. Here we go. The guys are pumped. I think, and I'm not being nasty here, I really do think that FABe want this more.
Did you hear Speed? I just heard him. He just went, let's go!
There we go then, guys. Team Slayer Regret. Game number 5's underway. Locked and loaded. We're jumping into it. Dan, let's kick things off with Speed. We know this guy wants to go back to America. He was at Halo 5 Live. He's had that little bit of a taste, and he wants to play for $2 million, jumping straight up on the side. He's going to move all the way across now. Cali will challenge him. He takes him down. Absolutely no problem whatsoever. Grenade comes in, looking for any hitmarkers, which he gets. Doesn't quite get the double, but you know what? That doesn't matter whatsoever. Look at what's in his back pocket.
And that's the fuel rod and the overshield in FABe's hands. What a way to start. They have practiced that starting maneuver many a time. Let's have a look at what Kimbo's doing. He's got the overshield. If he can get 30 kills without an overshield, what can he do with an overshield on his body?
And a storm rifle as well. He's going to be pushing into red, looking for anybody who wants to kind of push back there. Turns around. Unfortunately, does get his mate in his face there, but it doesn't matter because they're going to support each other. Someone's coming up behind them on the P Street. As the grenade comes in, he's going to dodge that one down. Just being patient. I like that. Rather than just YOLOing out there into him and trying to get stuck in, he's being patient. Will turn around, whips out the storm rifle. Down goes Cali. 9-1. A breadstick, ironically, for the French team.
And we saw this in the other Slayer. They took such an early lead. These guys really have some slaying power. So I can hear Speed from here. Every single call out is coming through walls. It is ridiculous how on fire these players are. The storm rifle in the hands of Kimbo. He's going to finish off that kill, but he does get taken down. Let's see what Speed can do.
Reversal medal pops up also 12-3. Kind of a bit of a storyline tells itself there. Grenade goes down. Speed's going to get cleaned up. Move across to somebody else. We need to keep this one flowing, guys. People are dropping left, right, and center. RS8 looking for Doodle. Doodle lands coming down in there. Crystalix will clean him up. Both teammates sliding kind of into one another. He gets caught off guard. Does sprint, so his shield doesn't come back. He goes down. Speed now just needs to get his shields back, but those grenades are coming in thick and fast. Needs to be extremely careful hanging around. Crystalix will scope in. He's not getting away with that one. RS8 pings him across the map with the DMR. Now he's going to move up to SLG and give him some support.
And already we can see how scrappy this game type is. Like, players are just dropping like flies. We really want to see one of these teams start to control that top mid, start to look at the spawns and control the spawn cycle. Fuel Rod has just come up. I can't see quite who's got it in the hands. Someone's just chucked it in their back pocket. But this next overshield could be absolutely massive.
Oh my God, he actually jumped in for that, and then the Fuel Rod came in, blew his legs out from underneath him, and once again, FABe have control of the OS. But I've got to say, Dan, fair enough, it's 19-12. They kind of brought it back a little bit. This late game kind of thing seems to be working for Pulse Gaming. However, Fab Esports once again in control of Fuel Rod, once again in control of top mid, once again in control of OS, and now we see a killing spree for Speed. He wants to go to Worlds, and to be honest with you, I don't think any more at this moment in time deserves it.
Yeah, Speed is just going off. He's just pushing it. He got the Fuel Rod first, then he jumped down and said, screw it, I want the overshield as well. This guy's just running around. He's actually running around on his own, just kind of listening to the call-outs. We see a teammate now just behind him, whether he can push together with him and start to rack up some more kills here, Sims.
We saw it there. You must have heard him say pause as he came round. Monkey's just sat there chilling like, hey up mate, how's it going? What are you doing? Oh, just waiting for a mate. Well, come on then, let's jump in and kill some people. He's going to jump in, gets the hit markers. One move jumping up top mid, gives him one to the jawline. Down he goes as well. Another kill. Protector medal also pops in. And now we can see a couple of people over there on the ramp. Everything's going to start to slow down. People have kind of got a little bit quiet. Everybody knows what's on the line here. 10 kill lead. They can now just play the game.
But I mean, slowing it down will be fine for FABe. It just gives them a chance to kind of set up. I know I said Pulse, they're probably the better team at setting up, but when you've got an 11 kill lead, you're really in a chance where you can get top mid, you can be patient about the kills.
That moves into a 12 kill lead. You see Crystalix will get cleaned up. A couple of medals there as he pops his way and flies through the air. Kimbo just going to get his shields back, gets a reload on the AI. I have no idea what people are saying in the background. We can hear screaming and there's lions going wild in the opposing room. And there's Kimbo. He shouted there. You know he wanted that kill. Nice little cheeky one from him. 32-18. That score, Dan, says it all.
And what do you do now as Pulse? You are so far behind. Now 16 kills behind, and the next overshield is coming up. And Pulse are 3 men down, and Kimbo's just saying, well, I'll take the overshield. There it goes. They are on their way to World Sims. I cannot see Pulse coming back from this one.
Grabs the OS, YYs it into his chest for the quick arm. Now see SLG getting caught off guard. They're definitely there. They're able to see Cali will go down for the double, looking for RS8 for the triple kill. Nope, his teammate's still in, never mind. But look at all those assists he's racking up on the side. It doesn't matter. 20 kill lead, 40 to 20. We're going to be counting down the kills from 10, guys. People with me in the stream, every time you see them get a kill, I want to see the numbers as we work our way to Worlds with FAB Esports. We're now down to 9. We're now down to 8. The countdown is thick and fast, Dan.
FABe are on their way to Worlds. I don't think Pulse can stop this train now. Kimbo does go down, but Speed has got the fuel rod cannon. He's going to want to finish this game. He's going to finish it now.
This is what we want. There's a fight of a lifetime. However, now it's down to 6, 44 to 23. We've moved across to RS8. Triple kill from him. That's going to put a couple more back on the board. But you know what? I think the damage has already been done. They've got a nice little safe seat there. All Kimbo needs to do is trade, which he does. 5 more kills, and they are going to the States as we see them. A little bit of an unlucky grenade there, but you know what? I don't think he's too bothered right now. DMR in hand. No hit markers off of that nade. Only 5 kills down. 6:30 to play with.
And I think FABe know, you can see it in their gameplay, they're a little bit shaky now. They know how close they are. This means so much to these guys to travel over to America. They just need to get these final few kills, but they're all dead at the moment. Everyone just keeps getting taken down, but if they can keep trading 1 for 1, which is what's happening at the moment, then they will be heading to America, Sims.
Only 2 more kills, 6 minutes on the clock. I can't see us needing no more than a minute for that one. Looking for any players. No one's up at top mid. I'm seeing a one-shot by Fuel Rod Spawn. He also knows it's there. Grenades going. That's going to be Crystalix. Doesn't get cleaned up. There's one. Can we see the double to see it? We need 1 more kill. That's all they need to do to seal the deal. However, 3 of them are down at this moment in time looking for this next OS. I don't even think he needs it. In goes the Splinter Net. 2 more people challenge him down bottom mid. They're looking for anyone who wants to challenge this, and that, my friends, is it. FAB Esports are going to the World Finals.
Wow, and look at the passion on these guys' faces. They were instantly up. They were screaming. I mean, Doodle, this guy, this is his first ever big team, and he's going to America with it.
This is truly incredible. Speed takes off his hat, runs his fingers through his hair. The team are overjoyed. I've got to say to them, guys, we are welcome to the Worlds at the end of the day. Pulse, commiserations, they put up one hell of a fight. We have to, we really have to say how well they did. I don't believe they're going home empty-handed. There is, I think, down a little bit of a prize pool win anyway, but they still, I think they got 10 grand from the Xbox Elite Series anyway. They came here, they fought pretty much their heart and souls out. France's finest. They did them proud. Fair enough, they've gone out, but they should not be disappointed in any way with their performance.
Yeah, that's going to be a hard one to take for the Pulse boys, but I mean, credit to them. They gave us a series, but unfortunately for them, FABe's slaying power was just too strong. We'll jump into the stats now, maybe. Oh no, we're not. We're just going to look at Sims raising
We're
his
extremely
arms.
happy with
What
that
a
one.
series.
So now we see FABe joining XL, and of course, Aftermath from Asia in the World Finals. They have secured their seat, their ticket, their golden ticket and their seats on the plane. They're going to be skyrocketing across to the States in March, where they will play for $2 million. But of course, all the action pretty much, we need to kind of say, there's still a lot of action here this weekend. One team are walking away with the first place prize of $20,000. And of course, they also bagged themselves $20K as well for the 1%. And that prize pool is still growing, guys, through the purchase, of course, of rec packs. Mate, that game, though, how incredible. What a way to go out in a Game 5.
I mean, let's find out what the players have to think. I think Mitch has got an interview with one of the FABe players, and let's see what they've got to say about that game.
Well, gents, we are in Cologne. It is Carnival, and the crowd is going absolutely nuts. The 3rd golden ticket in the world is going to FABe. They're off to the States for the Halo World Championship. And I am here with the man of the moment, Kimbo. All of you played such a fantastic game. You yourself, with the 30 bomb there in map number 4. I hate asking this question, bro. I really, really do, but I have to. How are you feeling right now after that match?
Man, I'm tired.
Yeah, I bet you are.
It was pretty good, man. They are a pretty good team. It was very hard for us. We had the lead at the games we lost, but they had more condition. Yeah, man. They're pretty good, man.
You guys definitely looked a lot stronger in Slayer and Team Slayer game types generally. We did see a lot of CTF, and Eden was a pretty, unfortunate for you guys, I think, as well. Of course, Strongholds there, feeling pretty average, and that's what took you into Game 4. And that was, everything was on the line, right? Everything was on the line. You guys got off to a good start, and in the last few seconds, the ground pound came down. You just snuck the flag over. I mean, for you guys, that was the one map difference between you leaving and making it through. So, How do you stay calm after a win like that and take it into a very solid game 5, which you guys were the lead the whole time?
We just knew it. We are a very good slaying team. We all can slay them all. We just saw it in the stats. We are a better team, like, from killing.
Absolutely.
We just knew we have to take regret, and we have to outslay them on truth. But we focused too much on slaying on truth, so it was like a standoff more. I'm glad we won, and yeah.
I don't blame you. Look, quickly before we finish up here, man, chance for you to say hello to your fans or any messages you want to send to your fans at home watching you now?
Can I say it in German?
What's
Can I
that?
say it in German?
Yeah, of course.
Ja, danke. Danke für jeden, der zugeschaut hat, Mann. Ich hoffe, ihr freut euch auch gerade so wie ich. Und ja, ich hoffe, ihr schaut auch zu, wenn wir in Amerika sind. Und danke für den Support.
So I'm glad I know a little bit of German. I picked up enough of that. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Things are almost done here in the arena, but we still have plenty to get through. Before we finish up, of course, we do need to hear from the experts. There's a ton to break down. So, guys, take it away. Don't make us wait. Thank you very much. It always impresses me when they switch from English to German and back again. I mean, that guy, for a start, actually speaks English better than Sims. So let's kind of get into this one. Congratulations, of course, to the guys from FABe. That was a hard-fought victory, but well-deserved. They will be going to the World Championship. Guys, that went all the way to map number 5. Let's get your first thoughts on it.
Talk about the last match of the day, right? Just going down to the wire, and we thought it was going to be kind of close, but we didn't know it was going to be that close, and especially with Pulse going up 2-1 and then having that sort of an outcome. I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I thought for sure that we were going to see Pulse do pretty well throughout that series. It was kind of pulling for the underdog in that one, but once FABe got control, the way they steamrolled with Fuel Rod and Overshield, I think at one point it was 40-20 towards the end of the game, and it was just it was over.
All right, well, let's jump into map number 1 first of all. Then let's kind of start at the beginning and how this all kind of come down. I mean, I actually walked into the arena in map number 1, and the wall of noise was simply incredible. The heat, the blood was up. Ghosty Army, do you want to kind of take me through it?
Yeah, I mean, the blood was definitely rising because, I mean, they got a flag cap in the first minute. It was absolutely insane. I mean, we saw Speed grabbing the railgun, doing absolute work with it, as he always does top mid. And then we saw Doodle, I believe, pick up the second railgun, and he started doing work. And next thing you know, he goes top mid, gets a triple kill, keeps moving it on, gets a second cap. Then they get another railgun. He moves for the flag aggressively. And it's just like, we keep hearing about this guy Doodle and how he's willing to do whatever it takes. And it shows in his gameplay. I mean, you don't really see a guy take a railgun top mid, get a triple, and then say, you know what, screw it. I'm the closest one to the flag. Right. Going for it. A lot of people just stay top mid and kind of hurt their team. This guy doesn't.
And not always because of selfishness, right? But because they actually think it's the right play.
Correct.
Because they have that top mid Slater role, but knowing when to actually fill in and be able to move that is really important.
Yeah.
Even with Doodle doing all of that and playing out of his mind, though, Pulse came in and they took game 1.
Yep.
I mean, we saw RS8 go off with camo and railgun as well.
Had a great shot.
When he went off with it, he started to run the flag, rallied it back, and got the flag cap. So it was impressive to see Pulse really turn that game around when Doodle and Speed were just having pretty much the game of the tournament on FATHOM CTF there.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. I mean, and on top of that, you saw, Cali come out with the triple kill, and really what I thought secured Pulse that win was their obedience, their self-discipline. I mean, when a guy would spawn at the back of their flag, they would, and another guy on their team would be running it. Next thing you know, they're like, what, I'm going to set up. I'm going to wait for all the guys that are flanking and trying to push off their spawn, and they're just securing everything. I mean, they couldn't have played it more perfect.
And it was interesting to see that was FABe's first loss of the event.
Yep.
So that definitely kind of shook him up a little bit.
Yeah, that was kind of the question here, because we were saying, like, FABe obviously so impressive so far, but you know what, that actually shows real strength of character. If you can come back from a loss,
for sure,
and still dig deep and find exactly what you need to under that much pressure, I mean, that's only going to spell good things at the World Championship, to kind of face that controversy and still come through. While we've kind of finished up that map quite nicely, let's go on to map number 2, Strong Side. What have you got down there on that extensive list you got for me?
Speed, man. He gets the sniper. If there's a sniper on the map, he's going to go off.
Yeah, I was standing there, didn't I? And I looked over the screen at you and I went, Speed's got a sniper, he's going to kill a load of people. And then
instantly he thrusts and no-scopes a guy.
And that's what he does, right? He just
scopes.
hits this crazy no-scopes. It's like it's a walk in the park. He just drops down, challenges everything. He's always hitting the body shots. Generally, actually, he hits the no-scope headshots. And at the beginning of the day, you're kind of like, okay, Speed's doing really well in group play. And then in the quarters, too, he's just still braining with
and the crazy part was that Speed did start off really hot, right? He had the sniper, and they were dominating.
Yeah.
But then we did see SLG. He picked it up for his team. He pushed towards Blue Cave a little bit, kind of scoped out flag, but he overextended. There were no teammates on the blue flag with him. Next thing you know, he gets cleaned up. Then you see him grab it again later on. He brings it towards Red Cave, again with no teammates. He gets cleaned up, and next thing you know, he's pretty much just giving the sniper back to Speed. So they had chances, they had opportunities, and they just didn't position themselves accordingly.
For me, a lot of it was just looking at it. It just seemed, well, they set into a rhythm, and we've seen teams do that on that map as well. We've seen once they get that kind of that control down, and they sort of find that rhythm, and they're like, well, there's almost no stopping them there unless there's a super concerted effort. All right, but let's actually move on to map number 3. Who wants to take this one away?
Oh, yeah, I'll definitely kick it off. I mean, when you talk about map number 3, it really was a weird game, right? We talked about how it was Eden Strongholds, yes, and we saw Pulse dominating. I mean, they had a triple cap off the start. They got the camo in the opening, and they started 35-0. Then, you know, they got up to 56-17. We saw RS8 absolutely patrolling the tower, playing extremely smart and patient, right? When the guy would hop on a hill, you know, he might put a few shots in there, act like he's running away, throw another grenade in there, pop back in. I mean, the guy was just doing absolute work in the beginning of that game, and we just were wondering what's going on with FABe, right?
Yeah.
And then you finally get to the end of the game, we realized Monkey just wasn't pulling his weight for once. I mean, the guy had been playing well all tournament, and finally just had a little bit of an off game, and sure enough, that was just that minor difference maker, right? When all 4 guys aren't pulling their weight. So I don't think it was anything out of the ordinary, but I will give one more shout out to RS8, just controlling OS, camo. I mean, Dan's on there on his case every time, talking very highly about him, and him and Crystal X came in very clutch a bunch of times.
Well, actually, funny enough, after that game, I was kind of watching it, and I was like, you know what? This could be it now. We're probably going to see Pulse after this one take the next map. They look so dominant. And I thought, you know what? They've got a rhythm going. They're actually going to be able to take this next map. But that was actually not the case. Let's talk map number 4. This is the one that was considered to a map number 5, and it was crazy. It was close. Strong side, what have you got for me?
Oh, honestly, it was just back and forth. We were watching it right here, and we just couldn't believe how many times 2 players would get into the base, kill the flag guy, but unable to get the return. It was just back and forth the entire time. I want to say for a good 6 or 7 minutes. They were just going back and forth.
Even down in the first touch, I mean, you had players who were fighting with trying to have flag offense, right? And the flag was sitting bottom mid, like with 6 or 7 touches. And it just felt like the flag carriers were playing a pretty pivotal role in just like holding on to the game for each of their teams.
Yeah, there was one time a camo player was hiding in the base, and you and I were just like, why aren't they going in? Well, the camo guy had been hiding in the base.
Saw that little glint of it.
They knew. So they saw the little blur, and he's like, you know what, I'm going to wait for my teammate, and they both pushed in.
Yep, that was a massive return.
Camo guy still was able to get that return, which was incredible.
I mean, but the ending of that game was just absurd. I was over here watching it with everyone in the lounge.
Oh, man. I think we know what we're going to talk about.
I think so, too. Help me understand. From the sneaky, the ground pound, I mean, obviously should have gone to flag platform. I presume the goal and the intent.
And it was a little short. Back a little bit,
Instead,
almost on purpose.
He went short, and I'm not sure why. If it was for the kill,
I think it was.
But I think he also took out a teammate with the ground pound. It looked like when we watched it.
I think maybe it was the trajectory, maybe of the ground pound, right? Because the way he was going
if he
down,
hit the ceiling or whatever.
Correct. His feet might have just clipped the top of the head of the one guy jumping. Next thing you know, gets the double kill, and then you have Monkey spawn on Carbine side.
Right.
Sees everything, sees the action, comes in with a fresh mustache slide right across.
Mustache slide.
Phenomenal, right? I mean, he just rode it all the way to the flag cap.
Slide.
Serious.
It was absolutely great.
But, I mean, the slide was interesting too because the slide was timed where the player that was engaging him was missing carbine shots over him. He slides, grabs, somehow doesn't get back smacked.
Yeah, that was crazy. What happened was the one guy actually tried to grab the flag through him, and believe it or not, Halo 5 actually has a decent sized radius, but it wasn't enough, and instead he picks up the carbine. Should have gone for the back smack, and that was it. But I want to give a shout out to Pulse Gaming on that game type because it was the first time in Halo 5 where we saw a team get heavily outslayed, and they kind of had some carbon scrapping, if you will, right? Where a team is finally just going for the objective, and they made it work. So it was interesting to see that dynamic in Halo 5 for the first time.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Well, last but not least, let's kind of go on to the map number 5, the one that decided it all and that gave FABe that opportunity to attend the World Championship.
Absolutely amazing. I mean, that you can't, write it any better, right? When you have FABe and coming back from being down to 2-1,
right?
And with Speed, hyping him up. I mean, we heard Dan bring it up a billion times. How many times he could hear through the wall, just Speed screaming in another room. So, yeah, they just did amazing.
They had control of the power weapon. They had fuel rod, and they were getting all the overshields. And they just once they started to to expand that lead,
Right.
it was pretty much
Yep.
It was pretty much over.
When you can have an
for the other
overfilled player kind of run around with storm rifle or fuel rod and just storm into bases and just kind of shoot without fear of losing their life, like you're guaranteed to get a few kills and or trades. One thing that sticks out to me that I talked about earlier in the day is I think Speed really used his emotions in a positive way for his team. I've seen Speed become an emotional player in the past. I've seen him get really upset about losses. You know, he hates to lose. So for him to come and bounce back from a 2-1, I think that speaks a lot to what he's capable of. This was his biggest moment in Halo, right? Every team playing here, these are their biggest opportunities in their Halo careers. So for him to step up and send his team to World Finals, it's pretty special for him.
And I think one last thing I wanted to bring up is we didn't see Pulse Gaming set up for an overshield. They were worrying about top car in the middle.
Except the last one.
There was a little bit of a chance, but and RSA got a late triple kill too. But I just want to give a shout out. I know we keep talking about Kimbo and Speed all weekend. They've been putting up ridiculous stats, but you cannot knock Doodle and Monkey. Those guys are pretty much the unsung heroes, if you will. We talked about the Buck brothers earlier today and how they're sort of the unsung heroes too. So I just want to give, I guess a hats off to both of those guys.
Yeah, I mean, the whole Pulse squad, I think they made a statement today. I think they impressed a lot of people going to Game 5. Our first Game 5 of the tournament was a great way to end today. So, of course, I don't think this will be the last we see of Pulse in the global esports scene. Maybe not necessarily as the same unit, but I think they showed a lot of promise.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for breaking that down for everyone at home. I think you guys did a stellar job all day, so thank you so much. Well, that's pretty much all we've got time for today. We have sent 2 teams to the World Championship in the morning. We will send 2 more, and then we will fight it out to find out who is the best in Europe. Also, if it's just not enough Halo action for you, you can find the ANZ Regional Finals going on tonight at 11 p.m. CET, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But from us, we'll see you tomorrow, and see you then. Welcome. Today, the Halo World Championship Tour Cologne.
This is the biggest and most pivotal Halo tournament of all time.
In the hands of Team Vitality. Foxy, sit down, sunshine. It's a great job from Chalky to pick up the double kill. Killing Frenzy now for Chalky. Jake White is on fire. Let's Hitterbog can do some work. I think it's going to be a cap. Hitterbog needs to do it. Another player goes down, and there is the
Chalky's going to bring it in easy. These guys are the clear-cut best South African squad.
What a well-placed nade there. Tries to get the second one. Killing spree in hand. He actually gets it and rams it into his chest. 2 more people will challenge him.
Just Creepsy. Is he going to be able to do this by himself? A one-man army. Can he do it? He thrusts back. No. Is he going to go for it? Yes, he picks up the double kill. He's going to have to get this return.
I mean, massive play from him. He's just going to use the assault rifle, gets the double kill, looks for the triple.
You know, this is the best place to have rockets. A wild rocket, but able to pick up the double kill. What a long range, just going for it.
Not entirely sure where it was going. Boom, catches the bait. Talik appears out of nowhere, rips his head off now, looking round, gets the call out for Solar. There's the double. Speed is in full swing, Mike. Looking for where this flag guy now. He's in a great position up here on S3. Can he land the headshot? Of course he can.
But him picking up the double kill with the rocks, maybe even a triple kill, yes, indeed. Hits that double kill again. You know they've been practicing that. Not missing any shots here. He's probably going to have some help as well, desperately. Oh, my gosh.
He is rushing it. Wow. He is absolutely rushing it. I did not think that was going to be a good play, but he just forced that flag through, and they are solidifying cap number 2.
Big kill from Riot. Holy mother. And he also gets the conversion. Still point.